The air is thick with the scent of blood and steel. A lone warrior cloaked in shadow stands at the edge of the fray. His sword gleams, battle-worn but unyielding. The enemy sees not just a man, but something more, a legend, a king in exile. His name, Aragorn, son of Arathorn, last heir of Isildur, the rightful king of Gondor. But before he could claim his throne, he had to survive countless battles, face unspeakable evils, and prove himself worthy of the crown. This is his story. Aragorn was born into a legacy of kings, but his early life was one of secrecy. After his father was slain by orcs, Aragorn's mother took him to Rivendell, where he was raised under the watchful eye of Elrond. To the elves, he was known as Estel, meaning hope. For years he lived unaware of his true heritage, growing up among the wisdom and grace of the elder. But when he turned 20, Elrond revealed the truth. Aragorn was the heir of Isildur, the last in the line of kings, and with that revelation, his destiny was sealed. But Aragorn was not ready to claim his throne. Instead, he vanished into the wild. Forging himself into a warrior, a leader, and a ghost in the shadows. For decades, he wandered Middle-earth under many names. To some, he was Strider, the mysterious ranger of the north. To others, he was Thorongil, the secret weapon of Gondor. Striking down its enemies before disappearing without a trace. He fought alongside men, elves, and dwarves, his skills in battle unmatched, his heart unbreakable. Yet, Aragorn's greatest battle was not fought with steel, but with fate itself. He was in love with Arwen, the immortal daughter of Elrond. But to marry her, he had to become worthy. He had to reclaim his throne, or risk losing her forever. It was not just a kingdom at stake, it was his very future. Then, the War of the Ring began. Aragorn joined the Fellowship, protecting Frodo Baggins on his journey to destroy the One Ring. From the mines of Moria to the battlefields of Rohan, he proved time and again that he was not just a warrior, but a leader destined for greatness. When the kingdom of Rohan fell under siege, it was Aragorn who led the charge at Helm's Deep, defying the odds and standing against Saruman's monstrous army. But it was at the Paths of the Dead that Aragorn sealed his destiny. In the heart of darkness, where the cursed souls of ancient warriors lingered, he did the impossible. He commanded the dead to fight for him. With an army of ghosts at his back, he rode to Gondor's aid. Shattering Sauron's forces at the Battle of Pelennor Fields, the world saw not a ranger, not a wanderer, but a king reclaiming his kingdom. And yet, the final battle was still ahead. At the Black Gate, facing the full might of Mordor, Aragorn made his last gamble. He stood before Sauron's endless legions, outnumbered and outmatched, knowing he could not win by force alone. But his goal was not victory, it was distraction. He fought to buy Frodo time, to give Middle-earth one last chance. And when the One Ring was finally destroyed, Aragorn fulfilled his destiny. With the war won, the Ranger of the North became Elessar, King of Gondor and Arnor. His rule was not one of conquest, but of restoration. He united the kingdoms of men, rebuilt the White Tree of Gondor, and ushered in an age of peace unseen since the glory days of Númenor. He re-established ties with Rohan, restored the lands of Arnor, and even reforged friendships between men and elves. Under his rule, the scars of war healed, and Middle-earth entered a golden era. Even in his final days, Aragorn remained a king unlike any other. He did not cling to life out of fear, but embraced his mortal fate. After ruling for over a century, he chose his moment to pass, leaving the throne to his son, Eldarion. With Arwen by his side, he laid himself to rest, passing into legend as the greatest king Gondor had ever known. Aragorn was more than just a warrior. He was the bridge between the old world and the new, a leader who earned his throne not by blood, but by his deeds. He was, and always will be, the greatest king Middle-earth has ever known.